What is up everyone? Anthony here with AnthonyAwaken.com and Awaken Outdoors, and as you can tell, we're not in the outdoors today. We are in my kitchen. So, little known fact, probably my second or third favorite hobby outside of outdoors related things is actually getting in here and cooking. I absolutely love messing around with different recipes, especially whenever like chicken or beef is involved. I've actually got some jerky going in the dehydrator over here right now. Should be done in about 3.5 hours. Super excited about that. But today we are cutting up some chicken and marinating that for dinner tonight. So I've got a few hours before dinner, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that cut up. And I wanted to show you all some of my kitchen knives. So this one right here is the Tops Frog Market Special. This would be kind of likened to a butcher's knife. This one is really large and it's a broad blade. And I mean, this one is really good for big cuts of beef. So whenever I'm cutting up my jerky, this is typically the one that I go with. I really like this one. And then if I'm doing smaller stuff, especially with like chicken breast and you know, vegetables, potatoes, things like that, broccoli, those are just some of the common ones that I am cutting up, then I go with just the regular Frog Market Special right here. So this one right here is likened unto a utility knife. So a utility knife, if you're not familiar, is just a name for this kind of size range in the kitchen. It's a little bit bigger than a paring knife, but it's definitely not as big as like a full-on chef's knife. But this one, what I really like about it is that it's got that broad blade. So you've got a lot of room up through this way. So whenever you're doing certain cuts in meat, it does a really good job of slicing right through that. It is a very thin blade, and there's just probably no way that it's going to show on camera, but that is a very thin blade on the Frog Market Special and just super comfortable. I really love these knives, and today we are going to be taking a look at just the Frog Market Special. Maybe we'll do a future video about the XL and maybe make some jerky, and I'll share my recipe with you all once I kind of get it perfected. But one quick thing to note is these are actually not quote unquote kitchen knives, and they can't do that just because of the coating. The coating has not been FDA approved or whatever. I want to say it's Cerakote, but I've had zero issues with any of this flaking off. I mean, I've processed catfish with this and obviously washed it really good, and then came back in here and, you know, cooked food with it. And I've had both for about 2 years. Absolutely zero issues with either of them with the coating, but I did just want to let you all know that they can't actually be called quote unquote kitchen knives just because of that. Tops, I'm sure you all will be watching this. Maybe you all can do an option where these don't have a coating. Maybe go stainless steel. I'm fine with carbon steel, but I know some people freak out when their blades patina. But maybe go stainless steel, no coating. I think that would be really cool, because this is a really good kitchen knife, as you all know. Again, just talking directly to Tops on that one. But anyways, let's go ahead, let's cut this chicken up, and I will show you all a few cuts that I like to make with this, and just kind of show you all how well this thing does perform. All right, so got a pack of chicken here. This is not my preference. We have tried going totally local with our chicken, just that way we know how they've been raised and know that they're actually good quality, but this is what we were able to get in a pinch. So first thing that I do is I just bring these chicken breasts out. I'll also give them the old sniff test just to make sure that nothing smells funky, because we have definitely gotten some chicken breasts that are really gross before. Not so much actually chicken, pork though, for sure in stores, it's just really nasty. But what I'll do here is I'll just go ahead and trim off all this fat. That way we don't have to deal with that while we're eating it. And this blade does a really good job of that. Again, this blade edge is so thin that it just slices right through anything that it touches. So getting fat off of pieces of meat is always good with this knife. Go ahead, just trim off all those little bits And I do this very similar to how I would do my chicken nuggets or chicken, you know, chicken for fried chicken. I like it so that whenever you like break it open, all the grain just splits in the same direction. That's actually how Chick-fil-A does it. I don't know the proper chef's term, so if you know what I'm talking about and that's got a proper name, I would love to know it. But what I do is I like to go ahead and just cut it right down the center. And again, this blade, it's got enough height on it, up and down, that it just goes right through chicken very easily. And now this is where I personally like to do things maybe a little bit different, is I like to go ahead, once a chicken breast is cut this way, I like to cut it down the center. And this is where most knives struggle. So most knives, kitchen knives or outdoor knives, they really struggle with getting that just super clean cut. And as you all can tell right there, like I had to reposition the knife once, but otherwise that is a very, very clean cut in that meat. So here, what I like to do is just cut that in half. Those are good. And this is about how I make the chicken that I'm gonna make tonight. It's a pan-seared chicken with a marinade. So right like that. And then again, I'll just go right in here, cut this one. Oop, I kind of messed that cut up. But I'll cut that one in two as well. That way it's nice and slim. And that one's still got a little bit of fat on it. So again, this is an area that most knives would struggle. Once it's already cut thin, then you're trying to even cut that fat off. Most knives would just like hog right into it and not do a good job, but the Tops knife, it does a really good job. So just a few grips that I like. I like being able to do this pinch grip right in here. That way if I'm really doing some fine work, then I can do that. Or if I'm doing that one cut where I'm cutting the whole chicken breast in half, it does a really good job. You can choke back on it, especially whenever you're cutting up like potatoes and things like that. But yeah, I don't know really what else to say about it. I mean, it just works. It does a fantastic job here in the kitchen and does really well for these sort of things. That is just one of my go-tos. Again, it's the Tops Frog Market Special. I use this one probably 85% of the time, and then the larger Frog Market Special XL, I use that one quite a bit just whenever it's larger cuts of meat or if I've got just some really big things that I'm trying to cut up. All right, everyone, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish cutting this up. I won't bore you all with cutting up 4 chicken breasts over here into smaller pieces, but hopefully that was helpful in some way. I don't know all the chef's terms and like the names for the cuts and all that, but the Tops Frog Market Special, it does a really, really good job. I absolutely love this knife, and I don't really foresee me switching my kitchen knife anytime soon. Who knows, I may try some other ones, but this one right here, it's gonna be really hard to beat. So anyways, if you like it, I'll drop some links down in the description. That way you can go and check it out for yourself. But do me a favor, if you enjoy these types of videos, please hit that like button. That lets me know that the content is resonating with you all and that you're enjoying it. Hit the subscribe button if you want to stick around for all sorts of different videos. I do everything from outdoor content to travel content to things around the home. I just really try to be real with you all and show you all the gear that I personally like to use. And drop me a comment if you've got any questions or things to talk about with knives or anything like that. And until then, as I always say, go out, find an adventure of your own. I guess find an adventure of your own in your kitchen. Try a new recipe, try some new cuts with your knives and all that good stuff. And until the next video, thank you so much for watching this one and have a blessed day. All right, so what I do at this portion is I do about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, about 2 tablespoons of white vinegar, and then about, let's see, probably a tablespoon of this seasoning, and then about a half tablespoon of just black pepper, and Himalayan sea salt. And this just gives it a really good flavor. And then it's just a really good tenderness and everything once you get it in this marinade as well. So let's go ahead. This is a little extra for you guys. I know you all tuned in for the knife, but now you all are getting cooking with Anthony and spilling oil all over Anthony's countertop. I'm definitely not clean. Whenever I cook, I make a big mess. My wife gets on to me all the time over it, but that's fine. She likes the cooking, and we enjoy cooking together, which is really important. If you've actually never picked up cooking with your spouse, I would highly recommend it. I was definitely the guy that was just like, I do not want to cook. I don't enjoy it, but I got into it around the time that my wife's dad passed away, just to kind of alleviate a little bit of the stress off of her, and I really absolutely love it now. This is actually my father-in-law's cutting board. He really loved to cook as well, and he did a lot of similar things as I did with recipes. But this right here is the seasoning that I love. This is roasted garlic and herb, and this one doesn't have any just like mystery ingredients like some seasonings do. At least this one that I've got here, this is like a newer version. And then just like straight up salt, Himalayan salt, and then just good old black pepper. So again, no mystery ingredients with what we're eating. That's the way that I've really liked to do it. And we'll just kind of do this right in here. Typically I just take this cap off, and I don't know why I didn't just go ahead and do that. But here we go. We'll go ahead, we'll dump that in there. And any excess that gets in the bag, that's totally fine. But we'll do a tablespoon of that right there. And then, actually I'm gonna do a little bit more on that because we like this seasoning quite a bit. So right there. And all these ingredients are easy to find at any supermarket. We just have a local Walmart that we get deliveries from a lot. And that's probably enough black pepper. My wife is not too into black pepper, so I won't overpower it too much. And then just a little bit of salt. We'll do about a half a tablespoon of that. And yeah, this should be really good. Good for this marinade. Doesn't look like a whole lot, but it goes a long way once you start getting your chicken in there. And yeah, that is just the marinade. Now I'll put this chicken in here, shake it around a little bit, put it in the fridge for a couple hours, and yeah, then we'll be ready to eat. So anyways, guys, again, outro number 2. Hope you all really enjoyed this video. It's something a little bit different for me, but it's another passion of mine, which is cooking and including knives.